We are studying about polynomials, second chapter of 10th mathematics. Children, today we are studying about the relationship between zeros and coefficients of a polynomial. We know the general form of the linear polynomial is ax plus b, where a not equal to 0. A and b are real numbers and x is the variable there. Then we already studied 0 of the linear polynomial is x is equal to negative b by a. That is negative of constant term by coefficient of x. B means ax, in ax plus b, a is the coefficient of x and b is a constant term. Hence, the 0 of x is equal to negative b by a. That is negative of constant term divided by coefficient of x. Since it is a linear polynomial, it has only one 0. That is, that 0 is x is equal to negative b by a. Then, today we are going to study about the relationship of quadratic polynomial. We know the general form of the quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c, where a not equal to 0. A, b, c are real numbers. Then what is a? A is the coefficient of x square. Then what is b? B is coefficient of x and c is a constant. Then we know in a quadratic polynomial the degree is 2. Hence we have maximum 2 zeros will be there. Why 2 zeros? Degree of a quadratic polynomial is 2, therefore it has only 2 zeros. Now we are assuming the zeros of this polynomial are alpha and beta. Let alpha and beta are the zero of this quadratic polynomial. That is, we are assuming x is equal to alpha and x is equal to beta are zeros of polynomial p of x. Then 9th class we studied about factor theorem. If x is equal to alpha, what is a factor? X minus alpha is a factor of the polynomial. If x is equal to beta, the factor is x minus beta. That is, here we have 2 zeros are there, that is x minus alpha and x minus beta are factors of the polynomial p of x. Hence we can write it as ax square plus bx plus c can be written as k into x minus alpha into x minus beta. Then expansion, by expansion we know what is x minus a into x minus b, that also we studied. We are just remembering x square minus a plus b into x plus ab. In the same way we can write it as x minus alpha into x minus beta. How will you write? K into x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta using that identity. Hence we can write ax square plus bx plus c can be written as kx square minus k into alpha plus beta into x plus k into alpha beta. Now what we are doing is we are equating the coefficients of like terms. The left side is ax square, right side is kx square. Then what is the coefficient of x square in the left side? It is a. Coefficient of x square in the right side is k, that is a is equal to k. Next we are taking the coefficient of x. And what is the coefficient of x in the LHS? It is b, that is bx coefficient is b. Then what is the coefficient of x in the RHS right hand side? Negative k into alpha plus beta, that is b is equal to negative k into alpha plus beta. In the last term is constant term. Then left hand side what is the constant term? C. And right side what is the constant term? K into alpha beta, that is c is equal to k into alpha beta. Now we are applying the value of k in the equations, that is a becomes k. Then the alpha plus beta becomes negative b by a and alpha becomes c by a. That is, in general we can say that for a quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c, a not equal to 0, The sum of the zeros are alpha plus beta, that is negative b by a, and the product of zeros are alpha into beta is equal to c by a. Once more, sum of zeros equal to alpha plus beta, that is negative b means coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square, and the product of zeros alpha beta is equal to c by a, that is constant term divided by coefficient of x. Children, similarly, we know a cubic polynomial has 3 zeros because degree is ax cube plus bx square plus cx square plus d. A not equal to 0 is the general form of a cubic polynomial. And since x cube degree is 3, we have 3 zeros are there. Suppose we are assuming the zeros are alpha, beta and gamma. Just like a quadratic equation, we can assume that x is equal to alpha is a root, x is equal to beta is another root, and x is equal to gamma is a third root. Hence we can write it as the polynomial is equal to k into x minus alpha into x minus beta into x minus gamma. By expansion we can get p of x is equal to k into x cube minus alpha plus beta plus gamma into x square plus alpha beta plus beta gamma plus alpha gamma into x plus minus alpha beta gamma. By equating we will get the solutions are the polynomial for the cubic polynomial ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to negative b by a. Then alpha beta plus beta gamma plus alpha gamma is equal to c by a, and alpha into beta into gamma is equal to negative d by a. That is, sum of 3 zeros of cubic polynomial is negative b by a, that means negative of coefficient of x square divided by coefficient of x cube. Then alpha beta plus beta gamma plus alpha gamma which is equal to c by a, that is constant term by coefficient of x cube, and alpha into beta into gamma means product of 3 roots equal to negative d by a means constant term divided by coefficient of x cube. In general, we can say that for a linear polynomial of ax plus b, the 0 is negative b by a. For a quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c, sum of zeros equal to alpha plus beta is equal to negative b by a, and product of zeros alpha into beta is equal to c by a. And lastly, for cubic polynomial ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, then alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to negative b by a, and alpha beta plus beta gamma plus alpha gamma is equal to c by a, and alpha into beta into gamma is equal to negative d by a. Shall we move to the some problems? First example, verify the relationship between zeros and coefficients of polynomial x square minus 2x minus 8. Then verify the relationship between zeros means first we have to calculate the zeros. We know a quadratic polynomial has 2 zeros. Here the polynomial is x square minus 2x minus 8. Now splitting the middle term, here sum of zeros is equal to negative 2 and the product of zeros equal to negative 8. The negative 2 means the roots may be negative 4 and 2. That is, using splitting the middle term idea, we can write it as x square minus 2x minus 8 is equal to x minus 4 into x plus 2. Hence, the zeros are given by x minus 4 is equal to 0 means x is equal to 4 is the first root, and x plus 2 is equal to 0 implies x is equal to negative 2. Hence, the zeros are 4 and negative 2. Now we are assuming alpha is equal to 4 and beta is equal to negative 2. Then our polynomial is x square minus 2x minus 8. What is the value of a? It is the coefficient of x square, that is a is equal to 1. Then what is the coefficient of b? B is the coefficient of x, that is negative 2. And what is c? C is negative 8, that is the constant term. That is sum of zeros is equal to alpha plus beta, which is equal to 2. That is, or using coefficient method, minus b by a is equal to negative of negative 2 by 1, which is equal to 2. That is, here we proved alpha plus beta is equal to negative b by a. That is, in the usual method, alpha plus beta we got 2, and coefficient method negative b by a, which is also become 2. Hence, we conclude that alpha plus beta is equal to negative b by a. Similarly, product of roots. Which are the roots? 4 and negative 2. That is, alpha is equal to 4 and beta is equal to negative 2. Then what is the product of the roots? Alpha into beta is equal to 4 into negative 2 is equal to negative 8. Now, coefficient method. Alpha into beta is equal to c by a. And what is c here? Negative 8. Negative 8 divided by 1, or which is nothing but negative 8 only. That is, here also we proved alpha beta is equal to c by a. That is, sum of the roots and product of roots we verified. This is also on CBSE question for your annual examination. Try to study. Shall we move to the next problem? Find a quadratic polynomial with 1 by 2 and 2 by 3 respectively as sum and product of two zeros. That is, here sum of the polynomial is given as 1 by 4 and product of zeros, that is 2 by 3. That is, we are assuming the quadratic polynomial. We know the quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c. Alpha plus beta is equal to 1 by 4. That is, what is 1 by 4 is nothing but negative b by a. Then product of roots is given as 2 by 3. Then what is 2? The product of roots, alpha and beta is equal to c by a. Now we are equating. That is, negative 1 by 4 is 1, negative b by a is 1 by 4, and we can write it as 3 by 12. And c by a is 2 by 3, we can write it as 8 by 12. That is, we are equalizing the denominator. In comparing, we will get a is equal to 12 and b is equal to negative 3 and c is equal to 8. Then we can substitute our ABC in our standard form. What is the standard form of the polynomial? Ax square plus bx plus c. That is 12x square minus 3x plus 8. I think that problem also, you can understand that problem. Shall we move to the next problem? Cubic polynomial. Question is, write a cubic polynomial with the sum of zeros, sum of the product of two zeros at a time, and product of the zeros respectively are 3, 1 and negative 1 by 3. That is, what are the given things in this question? Sum of zeros, that is alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to given, that is 3. And the sum of product of two zeros at a time, that means alpha beta plus beta gamma plus alpha gamma is given, that is 1. And the product of zeros, what is product of zeros? Alpha beta into gamma is equal to negative 1 by 3. These are the given things. Now our aim is to find the values of a, b, c and d. We know the standard form of the cubic polynomial is ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Now we already studied alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to negative b by a, that is 3, and alpha beta plus beta gamma plus alpha gamma is equal to c by a. We will get it is a c, nothing but 1, and alpha beta gamma is equal to negative d by a, that is nothing but negative 1 by 3. Now we are making the denominators equal. Negative b by a becomes 3, which is equal to 9 by 3, we can write it as, and c by a is 1, we can write it as 3 by 3, negative d by a is negative 1 by 3. That means for all the three fractions, denominators are same. Now we can equalize the numerator. Now what we will get? By equating we will get A is equal to 3 and B is equal to negative 9 and C is equal to 3 and D is equal to 1. Now we can write the standard form of the polynomial as ax cube plus bx square plus cx square plus d. Now what is the value of a? 3. B is negative 9. C is 3 and d is equal to 1. Hence our polynomial becomes 3x cube minus 9x square plus 3x plus 1. This is a cubic polynomial. I think in this chapter we have studied two ideas, that is sum and product of cubic polynomial and quadratic polynomial. Once more as a revision, for a quadratic polynomial, sum of zeros are alpha plus beta is equal to negative b by a. Product of zeros is equal to alpha beta is equal to c by a. And for cubic polynomial, alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to negative b by a. Alpha plus beta, alpha into beta into gamma is equal to negative d by a, and alpha beta plus beta gamma plus alpha gamma is equal to c by a. Thank you.